Guys, today we are going to be talking about questions that you may get asked when entering the country in Mexico at the immigration counter. Now, this could be the difference between an amazing vacation in one of the best countries, in my opinion, in the world, or not being able to get into the country at all.
Right, so let's check this out.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's Paul and Natasha from Nomadic-AF. We have been flying into Mexico dozens and dozens and dozens of times since 2013.
Yeah.
And we've been through immigration so many times it's ridiculous. Sometimes we breeze through, sometimes it's a nightmare, and you never know what you're gonna get. It all depends on the immigration person. So if you come in all cranky and shitty and upset about your trip, that energy is going to carry over and you are going to have a harder time. So let's look at some of these questions you probably may or may not be asked. We have been asked all of these questions.
At one point or another.
At one point or another. Maybe not all at once, but if we did not have our ducks in a row, we would not have been getting into the country.
Right.
So let's look at not only the questions you may or may not be asked by immigration, but how to answer them for a better trip.
And what you'll be asked possibly in customs as well.
Yep, customs as well, because they're two different things.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check it out. All right, so before we get to these specific questions you're going to get asked in immigrations and customs, let's just go through some general tips real quick that will really help you out through this process.
Yeah, first of all, be friendly and confident. Always maintain a polite demeanor. Number 2, be concise and correct. Answer questions directly, but also don't overshare unless asked.
Yes, the less you say, the better.
Yeah. Have documents handy. Keep your passport, your FMM, if applicable, your Onward ticket, accommodation details.
Everything in one folder.
Yeah,
have it all ready for them.
Accessible.
If you start pissing off this immigration agent, they might just turn you away.
Yeah, and this can be in the form of screenshots on your phone or printouts as well.
Yep. All right, let's get into these specific questions. First, we're going to go through immigration. Immigration is where you're first going to land after getting off the plane. You won't go to baggage claim or anything. You're going right to immigration.
Yep.
So let's look at that first. Okay, so when you're getting off the plane, you're going to be herded through into the immigration area. Firstly, pay attention to what's going on. Don't just follow the herd, because the herd has no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So there are going to be 2 immigration lines. There's going to be for Mexican citizens and for extranjeros. That's you. You are visiting, you're going to go into that line. It's going to be much longer. But pay attention, because what's going to happen is everybody's going to go into the first line, and there's going to be 20 agents down here that are just sitting there doing nothing while you're sitting in a 30-minute line.
Yeah.
Look for the empty lines and go to it.
Also, we should note that you should get all your ducks in a row, but if you are traveling with friends, family, a partner, you can all go into the immigration line together.
And to the agent together. It's a lot easier that way than doing it one at a time.
And honestly, if you don't, it looks a little suspicious.
It really does, yeah. All right, so let's get into these questions first. So you've got through immigration line. You and your family have moved up to the immigration agent. The first question they're going to ask you is, what is the purpose of your visit?
Yes, and for this question, you should always, always, always say tourism.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Never give any more information. You don't work online. You're not house sitting. You're not going to a conference. You're not going to a concert. Tourism. That's it. You are on an FMM tourist visa. They're not really visas, but you're on a tourist visa. You're only there for tourism.
Yeah. Remember that concise we went to? Don't share more than you need to.
If you say you're a digital nomad working online and you're coming here, all they're going to hear is work, and you are not even going to get into the country.
Just say tourism.
That's it.
The second question.
How long do you plan on staying?
Yeah, and this is Mexico specific, but be aware that while up to 180 days is possible, it really is up to that specific immigration officer. They have the final say.
Yeah, you may not get 180
That's our water delivery, guys.
All right, there's our water delivery. We're gonna take a pause and wait for the horn to stop honking.
Yeah, it's not going to.
All right, so the water guys are gone. Now let's continue. All right, how long do you intend to stay in Mexico?
Yeah, this one is Mexico specific, so always be aware that while Mexico does have a 180 days possible, it really is up to the specific immigration officer that you're dealing with. Then they do have the final say on the exact number of days you're granted.
Even if you ask for 180, they may not give it to you.
Yeah, that's why you should always kill them with kindness.
Yep, we have a video. Check it out if you want to subscribe. We get 180 days every single time, and we've done it dozens of times.
Without fail.
We'll give you the exact steps we take. We get 180 days every single trip.
Yeah, I'll post the video here.
Yeah, so how long do you intend to stay? If you can stay 180 days, they'll give it to you if you can prove some other things to them. If you're only going to be there 2 weeks, just say you're there 2 weeks. They'll just give you 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the time you intend to stay probably will be verified against your lodging receipts, your flight out of the country. So if you don't have your ducks in a row, you might not get the 180 days.
And again, this isn't all the time. This isn't every immigration agent or every trip to Mexico. It depends. This has happened to us a handful of times, and if we didn't have this stuff in order, we wouldn't have made it into the country. So take that into account. Even if they just give you 180 days and move on, that's not the case every time.
Yep.
All right, another question you're going to be asked in immigration maybe is, can you show proof that you're leaving the country as planned? Basically, do you have proof of onward travel after your 180 days or however long you're going to be there?
Yeah, now this could be in the form of a return flight where you came from, or a flight to another country as well. But it is a requirement. And though it's often checked by airlines before the plane, sometimes it's not, and your immigration officer will definitely want to see it.
Yeah, somebody is going to ask you for proof of onward travel, and you really need to supply it, because we've seen people not even get on the plane to Mexico because they didn't have this proof, and we've seen them turned away at immigration.
Yeah, it's actually happened to us in New York. We almost didn't get on a plane because we didn't have proof of onward travel.
There's nothing worse than the flight is boarding and you're trying to book flights for onward travel.
Yeah, not cool.
Get it taken care of ahead of time. All right, where did you come from? That is a question they are going to ask you. They know the answer.
Yes, they already know.
They already know. What they're looking for is the way you answer, and if you end up lying to them.
Yeah, and we should note that if you're, say, like a digital nomad like us, and you're coming from somewhere fun like Colombia, you can probably expect many, many more questions.
There is nothing, I mean, we love Colombia. We love living between the two countries. There is nothing worse than flying in from Colombia to Mexico. They will ask you a million questions.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
where did you come from? It's going to be one of them, and they already know the answer, but just want to see how you're going to answer it.
Yeah, and there's no reason to lie to them, so don't.
Yep. The question you are most definitely going to be asked is, where are you staying during your stay in Mexico?
Yeah, and this is Mexico specific, but if it's not a hotel, you will need to have the address for where you'll be staying. For example, if you're staying at a friend's house, you'll need their address and you'll need to provide their info as well.
And you'll need to have a letter from them stating that you were invited to live with them.
Yes, an invitation letter.
And again, this doesn't happen all the time. If you're an 85-year-old retiree coming down from the high season, you probably won't get any questions.
You might.
If you're a 30-year-old digital nomad, they are going to question you to death. So be prepared.
And again, this is one of those things that they don't always ask you, but if you are not prepared, you might not get into the country.
They can just turn you away.
Yeah.
Another question we have been asked quite a bit actually is, what's your occupation?
Yeah, I don't know why exactly they ask this, but they always do.
They always want to know what you do, and I think it has something to do with, will you be able to support yourself while you're here?
Yeah, and also like if you'll be working while you're here on a tourist visa, because you cannot do that, so don't say anything to that effect.
But they may ask what your occupation is. Just be as generic as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so this one, we've flown in and out of numerous countries as digital nomads, and this is really Mexico specific. If you tell them you want 180 days, which we always do, they're going to ask you to prove that you can support yourself for those 180 days.
Yeah, you have to be able to demonstrate financial solvency.
They have asked to see the cash in our pockets. They've asked to see our bank statements.
Yeah.
They've asked how we plan on earning money while we're here. Mostly they don't want us working while we're here.
Yeah, they don't want you juggling at a traffic light for tips.
Right. So we have been pulled out of line and sat into an office to pull up our financials, like PayPal's, banking, everything.
So be prepared to do that.
It could happen. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, and it's maybe only rarely, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Another question Mexico immigration agents love to ask for some reason is, have you been here before?
Again, they know the answer.
They know the answer to that question, but what they're looking for is if you overstayed your visa last time, if you were arrested last time, if you ran into problems last time. And if they think you're going to say, oh no, this is my first trip, they will call you on that. You have to be honest with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will ask if you've been there before, and they already know the answer. They just want to see how you're going to answer it.
Yeah, it's all in the computer system, so there's no sense in lying.
Yep. Another one that we have before. Are you traveling alone? Like, who are you traveling with? Why are you here? Because we have traveled solo before.
Yeah.
And they do not like that.
Yeah, they don't like it at all. Solo travelers tend to get this a lot, and they get a lot more questions and a lot more searches as well.
I remember I flew into Israel as a solo traveler, and I've never had so many problems in my life. If I'd have just been with another person, none of that would have happened.
Yeah, the same with me when I was in Bangkok. They're rifling through my dirty underwear. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. But
yeah, so they'll want to know who you're traveling with. If you do not go through immigration alone and they find out one of your traveling partners is in a different line, they're going to think that's suspicious, and they're going to pull you both out of line.
Yeah, set some alarm bells for sure.
Yep. One more question immigration may or may not ask you is, do you have family in the country? Are you they don't want to know if you're visiting them. They want to know if you have family here. Are you going to be staying with them? Are you going to overstay your visa?
Yeah, or what are the chances of you overstaying your visa?
Basically, they want to know why you're there and if their family is going to stay with you or whatever, but they need to know where you're at. And if it's with family, they need to know that too. So these are some of the questions you may or may not be asked in immigration. And if you don't get asked them, great, you're in the country. If you do and you don't have the information, they will put you on the first flight out. Yeah. They will not mess around.
Yeah, and sometimes too, this has never happened to us, but I have heard of it happening before, is they will call the hotel or your friend's place to make sure you are staying where you say you are going to be staying.
Yeah, it happens. It really does.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up the immigration problems, the immigration questions. Let's look at some customs questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people don't travel internationally a lot, don't understand. There are two different processes. Immigration, which we just covered, and then from there you go to customs, okay? You're going to pick up your bags before you get through customs. So you'll go to the baggage claim, then go through customs. A lot of times in Mexico, you might not even know you've been through customs,
I know,
right?
Yeah.
It's just a couple of guys standing there looking around, and you'll walk through, you'll leave the airport, nothing else will happen.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case.
Yeah, in some cases, there is a secondary inspection in customs, and it's usually at random. Sometimes they'll have it in the form of a button that you push, so you'll walk through and you push the button, and if it's red, you and everyone you are with is going for a secondary inspection of all your bags. If you push the green light, you're good and you're off on your vacation.
Yeah, I've actually pretended I didn't even know her when she hit the red button.
That was real nice.
I just walked right past and was not even about to get inspected.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you've gone through immigration, you've gone through baggage claims, now you're in customs. Customs could just be 2 or 3 people asking random questions.
But we should also note that immigration is for you as people and customs is for your stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly correct. Okay. So you covered this light. They may or not have the light. You push the button, the light comes on, you're going to be searched. Yeah. When you get through customs, they may just start asking you questions when you're walking out of the airport, and you'll wonder who this dude is asking you these questions.
It's so weird.
But they're going to ask you, how much money do you have with you? Now, this is different than can you support yourself while you're here.
Yes.
They are making sure you're not bringing in over 10 grand in cash or valuables.
Yeah. Because you need to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
If so.
So when they ask you how much you have, just be truthful, because they'll check. And if it's over 10 grand, you really should have declared that. They will ask you if you have anything to declare, and it'll all be on the sheet that they gave you on the airport, everything you need to declare. And they're going to collect that sheet at customs, and they're going to look at it, and your answers better match, right? So another thing.
Did you pack your own bag?
Man, if you're not packing your own bag in this day and age, I don't even know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But yes, you packed your own bag. Anything other than that, you are just begging to get searched.
Yeah, that should be self-explanatory.
Right. And do you have any items to declare?
Yeah.
This is going to be like new electronics in the boxes.
Yeah.
Right? Any kind of food, any kind of seeds, any kind of fruit and vegetable.
Cigarettes, tobacco.
Yes.
Hopefully nothing illegal.
You better not.
Yeah, because we have known people that have come into the country with illegal items because it was legal in the United States. So
all the time.
Yeah, be careful with that.
And then after they ask you if you have anything to declare, they're going to ask you, are you carrying food, plants, or animals? And they are not joking about this. Our friend spent time in customs jail or customs rooms.
Yeah, holding
for hours for an apple that she was going to eat on the plane and forgot because it was in her purse for an apple. I personally almost got in a lot of trouble coming back from Colombia
with your pan de queso.
With my pan de queso, because they specifically asked if I had any cheese with me, and I didn't think that my pan de queso, I knew it had cheese, it didn't occur to me, and I said no, and started pulling shit out, including the pan de queso.
Yeah.
And if they'd have recognized that, I'd have been in a world of hurt.
Yeah, I also one time was going through, and the lady was like, "Oh, is your ring amber?" And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I didn't know whether that counted as a plant, animal, or food.
They will ask you some random questions, and you just make sure you ask them right.
It turned out she just liked my ring.
All right, so those are the questions you're probably going to be asked when coming into immigration in Mexico. And if you do not have the right answers for the immigration agents, they will turn you around. We've seen it. We've seen them be turned around in the airport, in Mexican customs, and in immigration.
Yeah.
So don't let that happen to you. Get your ducks in a row. Write down these questions and the answers and have them ready for the immigration agent. You might not need it, but if you do and you don't have it, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, and if you'd like content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel because it does help us out a lot, and we post similar content to this all the time.
Yep.
Till next time.
Lates.